I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Lions squeak to a 1-point victory. Anthony Wright threw 3 strikes to the end zone and helped his Ravens beat the Saints. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
We'll shift gears now just a little and have a look at a few trades that should certainly be of interest. Montre Holland leaves the Saints and heads to the Lions, so he'll be asked to be a big part in what'll be a revamped offensive line. In exchange, they'll get a couple of guys in the deal, and here's the one drawing attention. Steven Alexander is just one of those guys you love to have on your team. He'll be an immediate factor for his new mates.
In the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, we had the Eagles walk away with a 6-point victory. Over at the RCA Dome, we had the Colts get edged out by 2 points. The Raiders got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Oakland. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Jerome Woods will be on the sidelines for a while, so this defense will need to do some reshuffling in his absence. X-rays revealing that a broken foot is the report. He'll be out for 6 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own mash unit. Jensen is probably the one that most leaps out at you. He'll be out for 15 weeks. Now the big story of the day. Marcus Stroud is going to find himself in street clothes for the time being, and that'll be a major blow to this club. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
The Patriots won at home and will have time to savor the victory as next week is their bye. Deuce Staley ate up over 100 yards on the ground and helped his Steelers beat the Texans. In upstate New York, Buffalo, we had the Bills stroll away with a 14-point win. Over in the stadium, we had the Panthers edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. The Giants got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Pro Player Stadium. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Burgess is on the move as he gets a contract for what can only be referred to as crazy money. 2 years, $1.6 million. Wheeler is also on the move as he signs a robust 5-year contract with the Broncos. Will Allen will have a new place to call home as he accepts a new contract. 5 years, $3.2 million. Mitchell will also have a new address for a while as he signs a 4-year contract with the Cardinals.
The Redskins won on the road and will now head home to meet the Chargers. Derek Mason hauled in over 150 yards receiving and helped his Titans beat the Jets. And in our final game, we had the Falcons come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.